It was almost a year ago to the day that ABC 10 News first told you about a lawsuit that was filed against the San Diego Humane Society over its practice of releasing friendly, domesticated cats back onto the streets. A year later, we're checking back in on that lawsuit and the controversial Community Cat Program. It's on the outside of the building, dedicated to saving the life of every adoptable animal. But this lawsuit claims when it comes to cats, that pledge does not apply. At issue is what the San Diego Humane Society calls its Community Cat Program. Its website explains if a cat has no verifiable owner, usually meaning no microchip or collar, and it's deemed healthy, regardless of whether it's friendly, young, or old, the cat is spayed, neutered, vaccinated, medically treated, and put back out on the street.
If it's confirmed to have an owner, then we'll take the cat into the shelter. But if it doesn't have an owner, we're going to put it back out on the street and hope that somebody is going to take care of that cat. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Brian Peace, the attorney who filed the suit on behalf of two animal rescue nonprofits and two individuals, is trying to force the San Diego Humane Society to amend its Community Cat Program. He says friendly, adoptable cats are never given the chance to find a home.
These are cats that are unable to survive on their own. They're completely dependent on humans. They're friendly, adoptable, social, and they're just being released out onto the streets in the hopes that community members will step up and take care of them and feed them.
According to numbers provided to us by the San Diego Humane Society, when you take out cats surrendered, emergency boarded, and euthanized, in the last 7 months, July 2021 through January of 2022, 3,354 cats were found and brought in. 2,349 were returned to habitat. That's 70% that went back out on the street.
We want to end the new part of this program, which is the releasing of friendly domesticated cats out onto the street. It constitutes illegal animal abandonment. It's completely different from the time-tested and trusted method of releasing feral cats.
Peace and all of the plaintiffs in this lawsuit agree a trap neuter release program is the correct protocol for feral cats. But he says lumping in all cats deemed unowned is a dereliction of duty.
The old protocol would have been take the cat into the shelter. If the owner calls, great. If not, then they receive millions of dollars of taxpayer funding to provide shelter and care for these animals. And they're also supposed to be seeking homes for these animals and adopting them out.
The San Diego Humane Society says it receives a total of $19 million a year from its 14 city contracts. Don Danielson was the former director of the San Diego County Department of Animal Services for 13 years until 2016, a year and a half before the San Diego Humane Society took it over. She's publicly come out against their policy on cats. Part of her statement to ABC 10 News reads, "The shelters can brag how they didn't have to euthanize any cats, but what they are not saying is these cats are being dumped back out on the street and will likely suffer and die in some horrific manner. This practice is cruel, inhumane, and should stop immediately."
So she was not thriving outside.
Anna Brown is a registered veterinary technician and founder of Smittens, a nonprofit pet rescue. She says every week people bring her cats they'd already brought to the Humane Society, but were surprised when SD Humane called them the next day to pick up the cat and put it back on the street.
They're not sticking to their policy of actually keeping and treating the sick ones and routing them for adoption, keeping the young kittens and routing through adoption.
Brown says Abby is one example tagged for return to habitat. She was brought to Smittens, skinny with diarrhea and eye infections. Brown got her medically treated and adopted out.
She is obviously a very people cat. She loves being around us. She doesn't want to be far away.
Jonathan Hunter says it's hard to imagine Abby outside on her own.
My wife hates the fact that her ear was clipped off.
Every community cat loses the tip of an ear. It's how the Humane Society knows they've already been spayed or neutered. According to the lawsuit, Jordy was brought to the San Diego Humane Society with a large gash on his side.
Hi, kitty. Hi.
After the wound reopened twice and was surgically closed each time, the complaint says the San Diego Humane Society gave him back to the caretaker.
Asked the Humane Society, okay, this is his third surgery. Are you really sure he's thriving outside? Do you really think we should release him? And they said yes.
The caretaker did not release him. His picture went up on a Facebook page called San Diego Humane Rejects. He found a home with Michael Kahn.
Oh, now he's coming up.
Kahn describes him as a lap cat, unable to hurt anything.
He's such a cuddly animal, such a sweet cat.
Not every cat on the page has a happy ending. This post says Mango died just a few days after he was returned to the street of an apparent animal attack.
Which is the life of outdoor cats. Unfortunately, cats allowed outdoors, especially in San Diego, just don't live very long.
In a legal objection to the lawsuit, San Diego Humane Society attorneys write, the San Diego Humane Society Community Cat Program involves activities which are indisputably motivated by humane principles and intended to enhance the welfare of the animals in question.
They had a pretty successful adoption program, so they really should just continue doing that.
A San Diego Humane Society impact report from 2018-2019 shows 86.7% of cats were either adopted, returned to their owner, or transferred to another agency.
Hi, Mama. Hi.
Today, Brown is caring for another cat given back to be returned to the street.
We have so many stories, they just blur together at this point.
Brown named her Phyllis.
There are so many friendly ones and so many sick ones and so many that are not thriving that are falling through the cracks.
We requested an interview with the San Diego Humane Society for this story. They declined, but sent a statement which reads in part, San Diego Humane Society was very pleased with the court's ruling to deny the preliminary injunction back in October of 2021. The court's ruling showed that the law, the facts, and the opinions of the leading experts in the field all support what San Diego Humane Society is achieving with our comprehensive community cat program, which is in the best interest of cats, people, and wildlife. Peace calls that misleading, saying San Diego Humane requested that the court dismiss the case, but the court rejected that request and is allowing this case to proceed to trial. If you would like to adopt one of the cats cared for by Smittens, including Phyllis, who will need daily thyroid medication, we have the Smittens website along with this story on 10news.com.